Georgia Southern.
Bring it on. Want some, get some. Can I get a hell yeah? Yes, I am a pirate. You have to go with the Pirates because, of course, they have cannons and everything. It's a pirate's life for me. Be proud of who you are and what you are. You're pirate.
It is a first down. Pirates.
Because when you're at East Carolina, you go for it every time. Or you don't coach at East Carolina, you don't come to East Carolina, you don't play at East Carolina with a weak heart. Write it.
I think I've ever been in a building as loud as that was. It was deafening in there.
You live with Omaha. I can promise you that.
Red and purple all night long in Eastern North Carolina.
You're watching The Sports Objective, the podcast for Pirates.
Yeah. My heart is purple and gold. I'm a pirate down to my soul. And I don't back down, not at all. Find out when the cannons explode.
All right, welcome into TSO Sunday night. We appreciate you being a part of our show. Already a big crowd, and we appreciate that very much. And I think a lot of us are playing hurt, maybe not injured, as this craziness of the flu A going around, COVID's going around, and I think I even have a sinus infection. So we'll do the very best we can. And let's go now to Kyle from LaGrange. I know you've been fighting it too, brother.
Yeah, I haven't been feeling really good since about Wednesday, and feeling better than I have been, but kind of a little congested tonight, hacking and coughing a lot. So it'll be what it'll be. But portal season going on. All kinds of kids visiting campus this weekend at ECU. You know, you got guys that have been verified visiting. You got guys that you rumored to be visiting. You got guys visiting in the coming days. We apparently have a couple of commitments that have not been officially announced by name that are known of. So it'll be interesting to see how all this plays out. This is a crazy time of year, and hopefully, I'm a couple of years of this now. I'm really not a fan of it, and I hope we change the format. We were talking about that before the show. We'll talk about it more as the show goes on.
No doubt. Let's bring in Stevie. What's up, Stevie Fly? Commissioner Fly. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, guys. How's everybody doing? Hopefully, I'll avoid the hack and cough and all that stuff, the sinus infections and all that. Knock on wood.
By the way, we have our resident Steeler fan and reporter tonight, our correspondent, Stevie. Keep us up to date on that as the Steelers are fighting their way. I'm pulling hard for the Steelers. Hopefully, should I pull for the Ravens, Stevie, so that way
I know most of the people out here watching this will probably be pulling for the Ravens because of Keaton, but, can't do it. Sorry.
Yeah. Well,
so I'll be distracted tonight, so y'all bear with us.
All right. So he's going to keep us up to date on that. And JR, Johnny Robertson, how are you?
I'm doing well. I want to say, I know, normally after January 2nd, I quit saying Happy New Year, but we haven't had a show. So this is the first show of the new year. Yeah. So happy 2026 to everybody listening out there. Hope it's a good year for everybody and for Pirate Nation.
By the way, Johnny, I told you this and told the guys, we are going to get ECU football. But one of the most amazing stats happened today in NFL really quick. I promise, guys. But Johnny, you heard me say, and Kyle and Stevie, the Jets say Jets in New York, they went the whole entire season, 17 regular season games now, without an interception on their defense. It's never happened before since 1933, according to Adam Schefter from ESPN. So amazing stats. And the good news is, guys, I'll let you talk about that quickly, and then we're going to move it on to East Carolina. But good news is East Carolina is going to have a great year in 2026. We don't have to worry about that. What do you think, Johnny?
Well, I mean, they need to reevaluate their coaching staff on the defensive side of the ball. That's almost impossible to do.
Yeah.
So I'm not even sure how that was accomplished, but yeah, they need to. I think they need to retool in the coaching area.
What about you, Stevie? You're an NFL guy like me. I couldn't believe that.
The bad thing is the head coach is a defensive-minded coach.
Right.
He was a defensive coordinator for the Lions last year, so Yeah, if you're gonna look at the defensive minded, you got to start at the top probably.
No doubt. And Kyle, um, that just
Kyle doesn't watch NFL.
yeah, I know he doesn't, but that just blows my mind. How can you go a whole season without an interception? I mean, I just can't imagine that.
Nobody catches one.
Well, I know that. I realize that. I'm just saying you would think they would have, even as bad as they are, they're still a professional team. You would think they would have a handful.
Yeah, it's insane. That's a crazy stat, even at any level of organized real football, going all the way, to high school. I mean, to think that in a defense, nobody picked the ball off the whole year, and particularly in the NFL, that's really, like I said, I would find that hard to believe that that's happened at most colleges. Excuse me, at most high schools. I doubt it's
Yeah.
happened at any level of college football. I would really find it hard to believe. So for it to happen in the NFL is really mind-boggling. So congratulations to the Jets for going down in history.
All right, let's talk ECU football. I just had to
Hey,
throw that
hey,
out.
Dave, one minute before we do that, I'm not gonna expand on this. I just want to say quickly, thank you to the Atlanta Falcons for righting a wrong that was done to the Panthers on Sunday. That game was a travesty officiating wise, and I'm just glad that the Panthers were able to be they're now the NFL South, division champions. And what happens next week, who knows? But they're the champions of the NFL South.
And they
Put
have
Justin's
NFC
comment up.
South.
Put Justin's comment up there, Dave. I was talking about that right before the show. If anybody didn't see it, he said something to the effect of Mike Wright said something to the effect of an exciting player about to commit to ECU. I don't know. I'll tell you what crossed my mind. He works in Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if it was to be somebody he had ties to, but my mind immediately went to Georgia and
What about the Georgia
quarterbacks.
State quarterback?
Yeah. And I know the Georgia Southern,
The Georgia State quarterback.
I know Georgia Southern quarterback.
Georgia Southern.
I know,
JC French. JC French.
Yeah. Okay.
But the Georgia Southern quarterback is it's in the portal. He has us listed along with quite a few other teams, some being Power Four. I know one of those Power Four teams already got a quarterback, the Arkansas State quarterback to Iowa State.
Yeah, Iowa State, Georgia Tech,
Baylor, and Missouri.
But how French? How if he really has the opportunity to go to Missouri or Baylor and be the starting quarterback, he's not coming here.
No. Missouri's got theirs.
Yeah, so that crossed my mind. Is it him? That would be a good get for us. He's a graduate, so he's got 1 year of eligibility left. It would be a good situation for Ditta to keep him around, to get him ready for the following year. It would give us a quarterback for this year with a lot of experience. Similar system down at Georgia Southern. So that's my initial thought, that it's the Georgia Southern quarterback. That's my hope. That would be a good pickup. But we'll see. Besides that, I have no idea what Mike's talking about. I do know Igo said over on Hoist the Colors 24/7 that we have a couple of commitments, but the names haven't been released yet. So it'd be interesting to see. We'll start getting some news, I would think, tomorrow.
Well, I tell you what, guys, I wanted to, if we have a chance, I didn't make a graphic, but I know that we have some great coaches to talk about. And let's start with the O-line coach, because we lost Maddox and we were upset, but I'll talk about that later on or a little bit. What do you think about having Alex? Is it Hutel?
Alex. I thought it was Huddle.
Is it Huddle? Okay. Well, that's the one thing that we have to learn, that all the new coaches' names and players. But I think it's I really like that hire. What did you guys think?
They were ranked really high in pass blocking, his O-line at Old Dominion. It's a up-tempo spread offense. They won 10 games this year.
Yeah.
So on paper, I like the hire. I think it's a good hire. Same with our running backs coach, who comes over. I can't think of his name right now. He comes over from Cal. It was at UTSA before that. I like both those hires. But you asked about the O-line coach. ODU's had a good offense, won 10 games this year. Really good at pass pro. So I think it's a good hire.
They averaged 209 yards rushing a game this year.
Wow.
So evidently he's doing something right.
Yeah, they were number 7. Did you
Yeah.
say that, Kyle? Number 7 in the country for rushing, and so I really like our hires on offense and for the coaches, and I think that if you look at, I was thinking about this morning, guys. You look at our defense, and I know we've still got some pieces to get and all that, but you look at the scheme that Blake has, and then if things go well offensively with the offense side of the ball, we're going to do really, really well coming up in 2026. I feel.
Oh, we got to see how the portal period plays out before we can make any kind of adjustments on 2026. The defense, we got less to build on there. There's already enough pieces in place. You know, you know what you got with Blake's defense. You know what you got with Roy Tesh. You got a guy coming over from Memphis, their defensive coordinator. Help me out with his name, guys.
Oh man, was it Hankin?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Hankin, Memphis.
Hankin comes over from Memphis, their defensive coordinator for the last several years, as linebackers coach, co-defensive coordinator with Roy Tesh. Although I really believe Blake's going to be calling the plays on defense, but I like all the hires Blake has made. He's made really good hires. It's a shame we're in this stupid ass portal era and things are as crazy as they are. But in terms of the hires, he's done a good job. And on the offensive side of the ball, having to fill these positions in a hurry. So like the staff, and I think we'll be good on defense. The question is going to be on offense. What can we put together out of this portal? Because on the offensive side of the ball, it's not a complete rebuild, but it's pretty damn close to it. But we're not the Lone Rangers there. We're not the only. We're not the only teams, particularly at the Group 5 level, in this situation. So,
did you guys see the stat? I know I'm robbing Johnny here. It's not. Don't worry. It's not going to be Stevie's stat here, but Friday when the portal opened, in 12 hours, over 2,000 players went in the portal.
Wow.
That's insane, guys. That is insane.
Well, Kenny Curlins, to answer your question, the running back from North Texas, not their number 1 running back, but their number 2 back is visiting. I think some receivers will probably be visiting also, and we have a corner from Memphis who did start.
Yeah, he already visited. Jeremiah Jordan
already visited this weekend. So, yes, they are bringing in guys with them, at least on visits. We'll see if any of them commit.
Yeah, I was going to say that next. I was going to say that Memphis has 31 players in the portal. It's crazy.
Wow.
I'm sorry, North Texas has 31 players in the portal.
Most of their offense, right? Most of their offense.
Memphis has 37. So between the two of them, and Cal, the running back coach that we got from Cal, he has a running back that played for him this season, Brandon High, who played for UTSA. He actually scored a touchdown against us. He broke off a long run against us
in 24.
And hopefully, some of these coaches, they use their connections and they bring us some Tigers or, Road Runners or something.
Bears on my Cal's the Bears, but no, that High, the running back, and his name hasn't come up officially yet, but hiring the running backs coach from Cal, who prior to that was at UTSA. That High, the running back, was a good running back at UTSA. Went to Cal with him. Was not used at Cal very much this year, and is re-entered the portal. He would be somebody that would be a really good pickup, and somebody that you talk about a coach that could bring a player with him. He would be ideal as we need to replace some running backs. And we haven't heard of a lot of running backs visiting outside of the North Texas running back.
Yeah,
172 tight ends have visited, though.
Oh man, I believe that's the record for Carolina.
And we got here's the thing, Kyle. I believe Igo said that the 2 commitments visited here. Only as far as I'm aware of, only 6 players have visited here, and 3 of them are tight ends. And the cornerback just came today, so I don't think he's included in there.
We've had more than 6 players visit.
Well, the ones that are officially listed by Igo as visiting, with Jeremiah Jordan from Memphis, Shakeith Hamilton from Furman, the wide receiver. I think he's one of the ones that have committed because they put a hold on one of the wide receivers that wanted to visit. They postponed his visit until because there's other wideouts that they like better. And I'm thinking that the number decreased by one because Shakeith Hamilton from Furman is one of the guys that we're going to hear tomorrow is coming here. I'm pretty sure. And then I think the other one's a tight end.
Well, you got the wide receiver from Carolina that's visiting tomorrow, who I really like.
Chris Culliver.
Yeah, he's put up. He's a speedster and it's explosive.
Okay, so I'm going to give Steve and I go credit for this. He did say that the talent is there, but according to sources, he's immature and has some like behavioral issues.
The kid from Carolina.
Yeah, Chris Culliver.
Well, maybe Blake can. Maybe Blake can. That's a question to ask you guys. Like, I know that
we had a. Go ahead, Dave.
I was just going to throw this to you guys. We've had some knuckleheads. Do you take a guy that's got tremendous talent? Do you take? I'll start with Stevie being a head coach. He's had to deal with knuckleheads over the years, over 18 years. Do you take a knucklehead knowing that he's got a lot of potential and a really good player, or are you going to say, no, I'm going to pass? I think I know what you're going to say, but I'm going to throw that out to you and let you talk.
Well, I didn't have any choice. I had to take what was given to me because when you don't get but 9 a year, so you have to pretty much take what you get. But, yeah, you give him a chance. You give him a chance. But as soon as he starts showing signs of being that diva, you start reeling him in and telling him, this doesn't need to start. We need to nip this right here. And then if it keeps on happening, you have to get rid of him.
Go ahead, Stevie.
No, I mean you don't need somebody like that to poison the rest of the team. To say I'm this and this.
Like a cancer.
You don't need like a cancer in the locker room.
The first person I thought of was Yannick Smith. I'm not saying he was definitely. I don't think he was a cancer by any means, but he was a little immature, and I kind of liked his, the way he'd. I don't know, goofed around, but that's what I was thinking of with immature. But I say you take a chance, and Blake, I think we have the coaching staff to straighten him out.
It depends on what kind of immature he is.
Yeah.
What kind of problems he is? Is he a smart ass? Is he immature? Does he does he do silly things? Does he get in fights? Does he act like a thug, or is he stuck on himself? Thinks he's better than he is? There's two kinds of things. Also, what else is out there? If he's going to be a problem in the locker room and you got other options, hell no. But if he's just kind of high strung and, maybe you take a chance on him and we'll see. I don't know. If he's leaving Carolina and considering East Carolina, he's probably not that stuck up.
All right. Lee Johnson said that former quarterback Caton Hauser is committing to Illinois. Sources tell ESPN. Former, there you go.
Who said that? I heard that somewhere before. Who said that?
Sources tell ESPN.
No, I'm talking about last week. I think it was Dave Richmond that I heard it from first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting texts from all over the place now about that.
Yeah, it was rumored Illinois or Arkansas, so he's going to Illinois, and throughout Pirate Nation, not a shit was given.
Nope.
I mean,
not one. I wasn't an Illinois fan before. I'm not one now.
Been to Champaign, lovely place. It's I don't care. I mean, thanks Lisa for giving that news so we could break it on the air here. I'm not saying to you I don't give a shit, but I'm just saying, I see people reporting this stuff, left and right. I saw Pirate Radio report somebody was visiting somewhere today. I'm like, who cares? Who cares? Why do we care once they leave here what they do? I don't understand it. I mean, I don't. I mean, yes. Once they've committed, that's newsworthy reporting that Hauser to Illinois, but I don't care.
Thank you, Robert. He said, I'm focused on who's coming. Exactly. I was going to say tonight, guys, that I think, Kyle, you've said it before, and maybe Matt, but the bottom line is who wants to be a Pirate? That's what I care about. Who wants to be a Pirate? Once you're gone, you're gone. And, we don't want anything bad to happen to them personally, but they're not part of our team. Just like with baseball, with Zach Root or different ones. I don't care who's pitching. If you're pitching, I could care less. I'm focused on the Pirates. So I agree with y'all 1,000%. And yeah, they may have a lot more money. But think about this, guys, $1.5 million, anywhere between 1.2 to 1.5 with Hauser, and you have a chance to win a conference championship. We're going to be in a fight for it at least. And who knows what could happen next year versus Illinois. And they're lucky to go to a bowl game versus a team that could have one of the best seasons in 12, 15 years.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably making $2.5 to $3 million at Illinois, and
enjoy that money.
And in terms of, no problem. What? No, reading this. What does it say?
No problem. Kyle loves you because you tell it like it is, and we will always have your back, Kyle.
Go on, Lisa.
Appreciate it, Lisa. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much. As far as Illinois, look, Illinois had a good season this year. They beat Tennessee in their bowl game. They won 9 games. It's just like so it's just like we did. Not with their taxes. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, Illinois just have a lot of. They pay out an abnormal tax rate. But anyway, I don't. I mean, good luck to Caden in life. I wish him no harm, but I hope they go 5-7 next year.
Yeah. Well, hey, before we get off that topic, though, I want to mention that Javante Connor, he had one catch in 2024 for 2 yards, and he's going to Vanderbilt after one good season last year. So, I just want to say we've got players that may be in their second year and they're not doing anything really on the field, but be patient because like Preston Carr, I think Preston Carr didn't play at all his first 2 years. I don't think he played at all. And now, he's going to be leading our defense next season. So just because someone is on the team and they haven't done anything, don't feel like they're not going to, they're not going to contribute in the future because more than likely they will. So that's all I'm going to say about ex-Pirates that have moved on.
This staff has done a good job of developing people, and I think they'll continue to do that. I do think that's something we do really well with high school talent is develop them, and we just need to fill the gaps. And unfortunately, on offense, there's a lot of gaps to fill of players that have left.
And Brock Spalding is coming back.
Yeah. Brock's coming back, and some other guys announced they were coming back, like Preston Carr. A lot of guys haven't announced officially they were coming back. Maybe they didn't feel the need to. But I would hope, knock on wood, you can still enter the portal up until the 16th, but you would think if you're going to enter the portal, you would have by now.
Yeah.
I know there's some concern out there about Dida, and I think maybe that's just people being overly paranoid. But I think if you go bring in a kid with like 3 years of eligibility left who was a starter somewhere. You might end up run into an issue with Dida, and that's the biggest thing people want to know is the quarterback situation. Obviously, I want to get the best quarterback we can out of the portal. At the same time, if we hit home runs on every other position on offense, and miss on the quarterback, I think we can win with Dida. You got to bring in some quarterbacks from the portal. Don't get me wrong, but if we miss on hitting the proven FCS starter or the big time, former FBS starter, former FBS starter that maybe got benched for whatever reason. If we miss on somebody like that because they all get Power 4 offers, I think we can win with Dida or a competition where Dida's competing with some guys that he may be able to beat out. That's what I'm trying to say. If we hit on all the pieces around him, of course, I hope we bring in a big time quarterback.
Yeah, and Barker's is back in the portal from SMU, and he's one if we could get him back, and there's a few pieces on defense.
Igo said that was a lot of talk about that back towards the end of the season, and it seems to have cooled off. So we'll see. That he'd be great to get back though, for sure.
No doubt, and we'll see how it. Robert saying DeJure is back too.
Yeah, yeah,
DeJure.
he's announced he's coming back.
How about this, Kyle? Top 10 in viewership for the bowl game and kicked another ACC team's buttocks.
Yeah,
2.5 million. We
yeah,
talked
2.5 million. And I think if we could break it down, if we could see the quarterly breakdown, it would probably in that fourth quarter, because you got an 11 a.m. start time. So I bet you at 11 a.m. we probably didn't even eclipse 1 million viewers. So
Right.
to hit that 2.5 million mark by the fourth quarter, I bet you in the fourth quarter we had around 4 million viewers. I bet you money if we could see a quarterly breakdown. So bowl ratings are up across the board by and large, and some people may be shocked at that. Actually, I'd like to know. I don't know, Dave, if you knew this or not, but the old Nielsen rating system has finally been replaced. It was replaced back this past summer,
Yeah.
and it's a more accurate rating system.
Yeah.
At least they claim it is. So and I'm not trying to take away from our numbers in our bowl game, but just in general, these bowl numbers being up might not be accurate. It could, well, excuse me, let me say this right. It could be that the new system is getting it right where the Nielsen system wasn't in the last several years. Because I have trouble to believe that this is the year bowl ratings are suddenly skyrocketing. Doesn't make a lot of sense. But I am glad to see that with all these bowl ratings being up, that our bowl was one of the ones that was, on the uptick, one of the top 10 most watched bowls of the year so far. Or I guess it will be, not counting the championship games and stuff. So that's nothing but positive having, 2.5 million on average. And like I say, which means probably, again, if we can find the quarterly breakdowns for that game, I bet you money you're over 4 million for that fourth quarter.
Yeah, Kyle and I have talked about that, about how with the Nielsen ratings, about how they were not capturing a lot of the streaming services, different things like that. And so, yeah, that really helps us. That helps us out because all the people that have used our television market, which I think is ridiculous, but I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, against us as far as being a Power 4 school. Like, well, you can't be a Power 4 school because you're in a top 100 market or whatever. But the reality is, it shouldn't have anything to do with that, but that's a whole nother show, as they say. And to Kyle's point, I mean, the stats are there to prove that we have a ton of fans. We have our fans, then you have the Pitt fans, and then you just have people that are like us that I know, like you guys, I did a lot of, over the last few days, I've done a lot of watching football because I'm on the couch and it's football season. So anyway, yeah, Kyle, that's something that we've always been screaming for as far as the streaming services and different ways that people consume television. It was more than just watching it at the television, at the television itself. You can watch it on your phone, tablet, computer, you name it. And so I'm glad to see they changed that, and it's definitely in our favor for sure. And I would imagine that it would hurt some of the other bigger schools because they were just focusing on the old way versus it helps schools like us.
Well, I think what it has shown, actually, at least in the bowl games, is that really network and time, and if it's a close game, really makes the biggest differences. Because you look at like the LA Bowl, the ratings were through the roof for it, and it was a horrible game. But it was the first bowl game of the year. It was in prime time on ABC.
Oh, yeah.
It was Boise State and Washington, so you had some name brand schools in it, so to speak. And our game was on a Saturday. It was a close game, and like I say, I think had we kicked off at 12 or 1 instead of 11, I think that those ratings numbers would be higher. Not that our ratings are bad at all, but I think they'd be even higher.
Yeah, for sure. So anyway, I wanted to, we could talk a little bit about, we obviously know that Friday was a beginning of the portal. We have a 2-week window, and we'll talk about, obviously, once we get in 2 weeks, by the way, we're going to have a big show. We talked about it in the group text about our transfer portal show. We'll have more of an idea as the transfer portal closes. We can talk rumors and all that, but certainly would be great to know. I wish we could know now. I don't want to like wish 2 weeks of my life away, but it will be interesting to see how that's going. But
yeah, hey Dave, but I still have some more. I have a few things to talk about with the transfer portal currently that I think
I
is
just want to let everybody know we were doing that.
Okay. So, we talked about Jordan Hankins coming from Memphis, defensive coordinator. Memphis has 37 players in the portal. Okay, so there were 3 teams that lost their coaches that they moved on. South Florida, they have 27 players in the portal. North Texas, 31 players in the portal. And Memphis, 37 players in the portal. But here's what's interesting. South Florida, their coach went to Auburn. So going to Auburn next year from South Florida are both their first and second string quarterback, their top 4 wide receivers, and their starting tight end. They're all going to Auburn. North Texas, you got obviously Mestamaker, Caleb Hawkins, Young. So you got your quarterback, your running back, your 2 starting wide receivers, 2 offensive tackles, and a safety, all going to Oklahoma State following their coach. Memphis, their coach went to Arkansas. They have 1 guy, an interior lineman, that's going to Arkansas. Nobody else, as of yet, is going there. So that means there's 35 other guys because their kicker he decided to go to Texas. So there's 35 guys out there and some very talented players that are trying to get out of Memphis and don't have a place to go right now. So, and I'm hoping that we bring some of them guys with us, or that Jordan Hankins brings some of those guys over. But then, and my next point, I want to talk about, I looked at the 30 guys that started at least 2 games for the Pirates this year, and we acquired 17 of them from the portal, but 13 of them, we got right out of high school, and we got some good high school players coming next year. And I don't know if you've noticed or not, but true freshmen, I mean, look at Bear Bachmeyer, look at the quarterback at Cal. They're playing more and more and more because, they're so well coached. They have all these camps. They're doing so much more than they used to that they're prepared to play at this level when they get here. So next year, we have the best linebacking class ever. I think there's people that would agree with me on that. We have Chad Fairchild, Jeremiah Rue, and KJ Porter. All 3 of those guys are really high recruits. So hopefully that, they're going to help at linebacker. Dawson Quarterman at wide receiver.
Hey, Matt just texted me and said, "Suck it, Jr."
Why is he saying that?
I mean, you think we have the best linebacker class ever this year?
No, well, okay. I should have said in recent history. That's what I meant to say.
Wow.
So, in any case, we got a couple of safeties coming in that are ridiculous. DJ McClendon and David Coleman Jr. And we have the best edge rusher that we've ever had, Taronde Spencer. So, hey, some of these incoming freshmen might help out if we don't hit home runs in the portal.
JR, let me speak on that a little bit. I sound like Conan there, Steven, or Stevie. I just called you Steven. That's your new name. You're now Steven.
Okay.
Let me speak on these. Anyway, so you talk about the incoming freshmen. You look at the FCS. You look at some of the best players in the portal this year from the FCS. They're freshmen. Mm-hmm. They're freshmen. And the reason for that is because so many of these Power 4 schools are taking schools from the group of 5, taking players from the group of 5 from the portal. They're not recruiting the high school ranks anymore. So players that used to would have been going to Power 4 schools are now going to G5 schools and FCS schools from high school.
And starting.
So, yes. So exactly. So some of the more talented guys we may actually have on our roster may lack experience, but you're right. I do think we'll have a lot of freshmen come in and contribute right away next year, along with some of these portal kids. So, yeah, I think that's something a lot of people need to keep in mind. And you just look at the defensive line we had this year. None of those guys hardly were starting last year.
No.
So I think people need to keep that in mind a little bit when they look ahead to next year.
Yeah, and the very fact Johnny, you remember that when we were at media day, and Roy Tesh was talking about that very thing of D-line, and when people worried about it, and he wasn't worried about it because he knew there were guys that had already been contributors that maybe they didn't have the brand names at the time, but he talked about that. Do you remember that?
Absolutely, and it made me even more. I was already pretty confident, but after hearing Coach Touch, speak, I was double confident.
Guys,
and it turned out to be true.
Was it 2 million or 2 million for how much we were paid for the buyout for the Military Bowl?
The payout for the Military Bowl, I'm not sure. I believe the way that's handled. I could be wrong on this, but I'm almost positive the way that's handled now. All that money goes directly to the conference, and then it's distributed to the conference members, and the teams that are in a bowl get a larger part of the pot, and then the rest of it's distributed evenly amongst the other teams. I could be wrong on that, but I really don't. I think if you make a bowl, you get this, unless it's a playoff bowl, I think you get the same amount. So Tulane's going to get more for making the playoff, but I think the rest of us get the same amount for making the Military Bowl versus whatever other bowl. And then if you didn't make a bowl, you get a smaller percentage. I believe that's accurate. Don't quote me on it, though.
Well, basically what they do is, Jeremy, they basically, not having the numbers right in front of me, what they do is they give you enough money to cover your expenses. You don't make like the money what you think that you're going to make, unless it's like Kyle said. A lot of those playoff games are obviously big money, but as far as like the Military Bowl, it looks big on paper until you realize how many people you're taking in all the hotel rooms, all the meals.
I think the conference pays your expenses for the bowls, Dave. I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure. So you make money off the bowls, but it's not like it ain't like it used to be when the payout of the bowl really mattered and went just directly to the team. It hasn't been that way in years.
I remember in the, people were talking about the academic people where there's always a fight between academics versus athletics, and the Peach Bowl. When we won the Peach Bowl, we made a lot of money off that bowl, and they were buying computers and different things for the academics. So it's kind of funny when the academic folks back at that time were making that, the gripe about athletics. It's ridiculous. But anyway, that's totally different, as Kyle said now. But I do remember being a student, and they were getting a lot of upgrades and things like that because of the money we made on the Peach Bowl.
What was Justin talking about? He ate all the bowl money?
100 of
that money went in my belly.
Oh, really? He ate food.
So they paid for his food, I guess.
100% of it went into his belly. All right. Well,
maybe $100.
$100, yeah.
$100 of that money went into his belly?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Carmine's is pretty good. I guess that's the.
Yeah, that's where he ate it.
Yeah. And a bus trip. You're right about that, Kenny. That's one of the good things about having us not too far away versus shipping us out somewhere west, which would make no sense. But we didn't have to get on the plane, so that did help. Versus those charter flights are no joke. But anyway, the most important thing is we won the bowl game, and we're going to have. Let's see, what else he said. Jeremy's asking, will the indoor practice facility be ready before? I don't think so.
No.
It's going to be 27.
Yeah.
It'll be ready sometime. And both, I think off the top of my head, baseball will be November of 27, Thanksgiving of 27 off the top of my head. And the indoor practice facility both will be done in 27. So
I think early 27 for the indoor practice facility.
Yeah, it will not be for this year.
Baseball, though, Dave, will be 26.
It will?
Hopefully. Yeah, but
Thanksgiving 6?
Yeah, this Thanksgiving.
26, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
After baseball.
It seems like 27, believe me. It definitely does.
Well, it might as well be.
Yeah, it might as well be.
Thank you very much, Jeremy. Says,
hey, by the way, anybody that cares, the Pirates will be using the first base dugout this season and the first base bullpen.
Mid to late September of this year for the indoor, Bubba?
It's going by pretty fast. So
I didn't realize that. That's tremendous. That's tremendous. I thought it was going to be early 27.
Yeah, you are right, Bubba. Unless it's changed, Isley is ahead of the Bennett baseball. Yeah, they started, and
Okay.
yeah, that. I do know that's correct. What Bubba said.
Awesome. Good. I was wrong on that. Good. Thanks, Bubba.
Let's see. Oh, Ken is asking: is it true that the Military Bowl is changing its name to the ECU Invitational, or as I told Kyle, the Pirate Invitational? But hey, like Blake said, if we could go up there every year and win a game and beat a ACC opponent, hey, and it's a easy. That was such an easy drive.
Yeah, it's fine with me. If we keep beating ACC opponents there, we'll just keep going unless we make the playoff.
Yeah, and we have a chance to do that this coming year, the next year or two with Blake. I'm really. This is the most. I don't know about you guys. I wanted to ask this question. I'll ask it now so I won't forget. I'm getting old. Do you guys? Is this for me? I was thinking over this weekend. This is the best I felt about Pirate football in an now off season than I have in many years going into.
If it wasn't for the portal, I would feel as good now with Blake and the hires he makes, and you could just imagine had we not lost all these pieces. I feel good about Blake. I feel good about the hires he's making. I really am impressed, honestly, and I can't believe it hasn't been talked about more. The quality of hires he's made. He hired the offensive coordinator from North Texas, the defensive coordinator from Memphis, the O-line coach from Old Dominion, the running backs coach from Cal. I mean, he's made big time hires.
Yeah.
He's replaced people, he's lost with quality people. But in terms of excitement, it's hard to get that excited with this portal when you lose this many pieces and you look around and you don't know what you have coming back and you don't know what you're going to be playing with on offense. But in terms of having faith in the head coach, I've got complete faith in Blake.
Robert's asking about Bama. Is Bama going to implode or focus, hoping they'll have a volatile off season? I'm sure they'll be fine.
I mean, we're not going to beat Bama. I wish we didn't even play that game with a brand new offense, brand new quarterback. You got to have the next week. I would love to be playing. Pick the FCS school to get the offense clicking. That's the problem with playing Bama. You're not going to get this is a rhythm-based tempo offense. You're not going to get it going in week 1 against Bama. So week 2 against the App, and we're looking way ahead. But I would imagine, I know, and we're talking about game 2 of the year. We don't even know who we're going to have playing, but wouldn't be surprised in that game if we start slow and have to kind of win that one in the second half against the App week 2, because I hate this crap. I was thinking about this earlier. I think if you lose at least a certain percentage of your team, you should be able to move a game with your opponent's agreement to week 0. Like, we should be able to move our game against the FCS opponent or against a conference game with the opponent agreeing to week 0. So you have an opportunity to play a game, before you go step out on the field and play in Alabama. It is really a nightmare situation to be putting together a whole new offense and a new offensive scheme and having to go step on the field and play Alabama. It's ridiculous.
Well, I think we'll be okay. Thankfully, we're not playing Alabama.
No, yeah, we won't be okay. We won't be okay against Alabama. We won't be. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid in this portal. It's just it, and I think it hurts you in your next game against App. I'd really, really would rather be playing somebody we could get the offense going before we step down the field against the App, and then let's play Alabama week 3. I don't know. I wish we could move our FCS opponent to week 0.
So let me ask you this. So this is your non-conference really quick. I know it's early, but you have Alabama, App, and then you come home, away against Old Dominion, and North Carolina Central that's your September.
Yeah.
I mean, we should easily be 3-1.
I mean, Old Dominion won 10 games this year.
I know they did, but I really.
I'm not going to say easily. No, I mean, we got to see what we do in the portal. We got to see what we do in the portal.
I agree, Kyle. Let me back up a minute, Dave.
Okay.
And Kyle. I feel like I don't mind this Alabama game at all. It's going to help our strength of schedule. We don't want to get embarrassed, but I also feel like it could help attract players. Hey, okay, if you come here, first game's going to be in Bryant-Denny Stadium. I mean, that's a pretty good carrot to dangle. I don't know. I disagree. I'll be there. I'll be happy to be there. And I think it's good for the program. I wouldn't want to do it. I wouldn't want to do it often. That's for sure.
Kitty's going 4-0.
Ask any offensive-minded coach that runs a tempo-based offense with a brand new quarterback installing a brand new system if they want to open up against Alabama.
Yeah, but that game wasn't scheduled when we didn't know that when that game was scheduled.
I would have never. Yeah, but in what world are we going to beat Alabama? I would have never scheduled a game.
Oh, I don't think we're going to beat them at all.
Then why schedule the game? I never would play in Alabama. I never would play in Michigan. I never would play in Ohio State.
Would you
Power four schools all the time. Pitt, Illinois, Northwestern, Mississippi State, NC State, because you can beat those schools.
I don't know. We're going to have a lot of eyes on us if the defense, can be stout, and people are going to, it's going to pique their curiosity. Hey, who's East Carolina? What's their story? I don't know. I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing.
I would love for Kyle to call in Paul Feinbaum and go off on him. And that would be.
Oh God.
I would love that, baby. The week of the game, I would love you to just go up there and just.
Yeah, I personally would rather be focusing on App State and opening it up against Little Sisters of the Poor, getting the offense going. And then if you're going to play, I wouldn't have Alabama on the schedule. This game would be. If we were going to do the bye game at Northwestern in this day and age is what I would do. None of these Power 4 schools are going to come here anymore anyway, not in the foreseeable future. So, be smart about your Power 4 scheduling.
I like John White's attitude.
We need to believe, Kyle, like App State wins over Michigan and Texas A&M. Haha, you never know.
I know if we had Hauser and the crew back, I would be I still wouldn't think I still wouldn't think you're going to go beat Alabama. But I'd be more okay with it. I just don't like. I don't like these games. I'm not a fan of them.
I get it, Kyle. But we also didn't think we had a shot against Pitt. We literally didn't think we had a shot
because of the situation. I wouldn't think we had a shot against Bama no matter what.
Well,
did we almost beat them that one
Bama's
year
not the beast that they used to be.
98, Stevie. It's not quite the same Alabama.
I know, but still, it was nice to say it, Kyle. Come on.
Yeah,
not quite the same.
How about this? Kevin wants you and Feinbaum in a steel cage match.
Nah, that's
Kyle would get beat. Kyle would get beat by Feinbaum's ears.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He hit me with a big eardrop.
Saban would throw a chair in and to knock you out. They would cheat. Logan used to call them the Southeast cheaters. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. He used to always go after the SEC and Alabama and the whole lot of them.
Josh says that Bama isn't the Bama they were. Well, you know what? Under Saban, they're not the Bama. if that's what Josh means, I think DeBoer is a great coach, but he's not Saban. And
they were just in the they were just in the playoffs, guys.
Yeah. Well, Feinbaum thinks if you demolish them and beat them by 35 points, it's still not impressive. Alabama's problem. They had to play a tougher schedule than Indiana.
Oh my God! Are you serious? Serious?
That was one of the dumbest comments I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, that's what he said. Not impressive. He wasn't impressed by Indiana's win over them because he said you tried going through the gauntlet of games that Alabama went through the SEC.
Right. Because Indiana plays in the MAC.
Indiana went to Oregon and beat Oregon on the road. Hello, they had. Indiana had some big wins. I'm sorry.
Feinbaum just discredits himself even more. I don't even know why people, we're doing it too, acknowledge the fool. He's a pencil neck geek and he's a homer beyond.
Blassie.
Yeah, that's right. Classic Freddie Blassie.
The radio show is really good.
He's got a face for radio.
Yeah, he sure does.
How many Pirates do you think will travel to the Alabama game in Tuscaloosa? I'll be there. He'll be there. We're gonna have to kidnap Stevie.
How many went to Michigan? It's going to be comparable. Probably more. I would say more.
Yeah, we're going to kidnap Stevie. It's September 5th. Can you get that? Can you get that?
Stevie, worry about the next Saturday against App in Greenville.
I will. Yeah, Stevie, you can definitely sit with us, man. We've got front row seats now. You can be there with us, and we'll take good care of you. And we're going to have we'll work on we got plenty of time to work on the tailgate between now and then too.
Front row seats.
Yeah, they know how to tailgate down there.
Yeah, the Section 2 I moved down this year.
Oh, you mean to Dowdy Ficklin? Okay.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
You overlap the Alabama and Dowdy
Oh,
Ficklin.
sorry. No, Stevie. Yeah, Stevie Edie. I was talking about the app game. You can come with me if you you hang out with me and Kyle and Johnny. We would love to have you. You're a lot of fun. Stevie's a lot of fun at the game because as a head coach, he gives you insight. It's like having somebody right there in your ear.
Yeah. Well, Alan Vick said is right, but there's other teams you could play for money that you could actually beat.
Oh, I got sweet tickets.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're playing Alabama. That's exactly right. But
there you go. I'll take it.
Yeah, there you go. He's like, come on, man. Can you work for me? It's September 5th. Can you work for me that Saturday? Come on, man. We do miss you, Stevie. It's one of the biggest. Stevie's one of the biggest football fans and ECU fans, and definitely loved it. I know if you could, you'd be with us every Saturday. So that's for sure.
Johnny, I'll go ahead and tell you the way this game is going. You're good. You're going to be good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ravens are up 10-0.
Okay.
If you're following along, Stevie is a big Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I'm going to start pulling. All right, I'm pulling for the Ravens now.
Oh, Rena fan.
No. I was telling you that I want the Steelers to win, and I was telling you that maybe I'm bad luck. Maybe I should pull for the Ravens so your Steelers can win.
The way this is going is.
So we were back to the portal. So there was a center we were interested in, who some our fans lost their minds because he committed to Tulane instead of us today. But there's another center we're looking at from Gardner Webb. So it'd be interesting to see if we get him. He was all Big South. The other kid was from Mercer. So similar players, FCS centers. So
yeah, that kid from Mercer. The reason they're losing their mind is because
the quarterback.
The center. Yeah, exactly. But he's from Rollsville, and yeah. Well, the people might not know that and his quarterback was maybe people were thinking it was going to be a package deal, get the center and the quarterback, but that's not going to happen. Yeah,
and you know what? He's just one kid, and for whatever reason, he's going to Tulane. Tulane's got more money to work with than we do. And it's just, I don't look. Budget-wise, we're number 4 in the conference. So yeah, Tulane does have more money than us to spend. It's just how it is. And
they just got $3 million directly that they don't have to share,
exactly.
Plus the $4 million that they share with the conference. I'm sure they get most of that.
Exactly. So yeah. So they have a bigger they have a bigger revenue share than we do to begin with, and so it is what it is. We're number 4. What we will do is we'll beat out the Old Dominions. We should beat out the Appalachians. There's a lot of other schools in this conference that we're going to beat out on players that we should, and I think we'll be fine because, like I say, we're not the only school going through this. Dave just told you how many, or JR, some damn body. It was JR, I think. Memphis has 70 some players, 30 some players in the
37.
Yeah. And Huff is known as being a hell of a recruiter, so I'm surprised he can get more of those kids to stay. And they got money, so I don't know. Maybe they're trying to upgrade. But we're not the only team in this situation. We just got to make sure we can't be missing on kids. We gotta, particularly on offense this year, we can't have too many misses.
No, I agree, Kyle. If anybody's worried or concerned that we don't actually have anybody signed yet, out of the 12 teams in the conference, I'm not counting Army and Navy, but we don't have anybody signed.
We have
North
2.
Texas,
we have 2.
But not officially.
Well,
Rice, USF, UAB, none of them have an official signing yet.
Yeah.
We have 2 commitments apparently that'll be official tomorrow, hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah. And it'll probably be more than that.
And appreciate the big crowd tonight, a record crowd. So watching and listening. So make sure that on your YouTube, if you're watching, or Facebook, to like our broadcast. That helps get our seen more places. So we appreciate very, very much, guys. We have a potential to have the biggest crowd we've ever had in the history of our show watching live. So Anyway, I don't normally talk about stats, but just amazing.
Interesting. They would have, last year with the bowl win, I would have thought that would have been peak performance, but I guess a lot of people right now are paying attention because of the portal. If anybody's tuning in to hear more talk about Hauser, it really ain't much more to say about that. We've acknowledged he's going to Illinois. Wish him nothing but the best personally. As far as on the football field, I hope he doesn't get hurt, but I don't give a damn what he does beyond that.
Yeah, Pace French is definitely. I like. I really think we've got a good shot at getting him. I really do.
Yeah. So, I was mentioning that earlier based on Mike Wright's tweet. Somebody said it was Semenza. Somebody texted and said they think he's going to end up going to Georgia Tech, but I don't. Who knows?
I was saying that that's one of the schools, but I don't.
No. Somebody text. Somebody said
it was Matt. Matt.
Okay.
Georgia Tech graduated a quarterback, so he thinks it might be a possibility.
And the guy that was next in line, Aaron Philo, he followed the offensive coordinator Buster Faulkner to Florida, so he's
nothing
a Gator
against.
now.
I mean, I'd love to have French, but I would think Georgia Southern would probably, or excuse me, Georgia Tech would probably be going after somebody more high profile. I mean, and that is not nothing against French. Please don't hear this, take it as offense, French. I think you're tremendous. Love to have you in Greenville, but I would think Georgia Tech would want somebody. Who knows? I don't know.
They're interested in him. They've, that's one. He's down to 5. That's one of them. So there's
well, he
mutual
also had
interest.
Iowa State on the list, and they've already got their quarterback.
Yeah, well, that list might have been before that happened. I don't think he would go there knowing that he's not going to play. Who knows?
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Might tweet about UCF safety. Mike Wright saying that might be he's from Atlanta.
Okay. Well, that would be a good get.
Hey, anything right now? Like we're going to be in really good shape. By the way, guys, did you have any more talk about that, or did you want to move on to some of the?
I mean, if there's any players specifically anybody wants to ask about, we're really not going to have any updates on them, other than what we can say we know about them. But if you've read about them on Hoist the Colors, that's pretty much going to be the latest on them. And I would tell anybody right now just to give. Igo lets us give free plugs on his board, and I communicate with Igo, and so does Dave, and so we'll give him a free plug. Look, if you don't subscribe to Hoist the Colors 24/7 Sports right now, and you're a Pirate and you're watching the show right now, you really need to, because it is insane over there, and Igo is earning his dollar right now. So these next 2 weeks. So if you're not a subscriber and you want to follow this madness that is the transfer portal, go over to Hoist the Colors and subscribe.
Yep, the UNC player will be here. We talked about that. Cullifer is his name.
Yeah, he
also visiting is going to be another tight end from ODU, Dawson Johnson, and a quarterback, Mitch Griffiths, who's coming from Texas Tech, but he was at Wake for a few years.
Yeah, what a weird story he has.
Yeah, he does. It is, but he's going to come visit.
He played at Wake. Played and started some games. Left football completely in 24. Just got out of it, and then decided to play again. Went to Texas Tech. Was the backup there. Learned the system, and now is going to be visiting. I don't think, I think he. I think if you bring him in, you're probably going to bring in another quarterback, and it's going to be him, Ditta, and another quarterback competing for the starting job. I don't think you're putting the game the ball in his hands and telling him it's his job. If he commits, he'll be one of 2. I'd be willing to put a strong amount of money on that.
Bubba said Griffiths poured concrete in 2024.
Yeah, he just left the game and then ended up back at Texas Tech as a backup. So how many career starts does he have at Wake Forest, Bubba, or JR? Do you know?
I'm going to say what? I don't know. I'll look it up. I don't want to give out false information, but he does. He has started games, at least 3 or 4.
Yeah. So.
Hey, okay. So this guy has not been mentioned that anybody has interest in him, but I just feel like
he started 9 at Wake. 9?
Oh wow.
1 at Texas Tech. Are you sure 9 at Wake?
Wow.
Are you sure? Started them?
Don't doubt
Not just
Bubba.
played in mop-up duty?
Playoffs.
Yeah, I love his. I love it.
Wow, I did not realize he had 9 starts at Wake. That's actually interesting.
I
Yeah.
think.
All right. Yeah,
How
I
do you?
saw that. I saw that pace. Here's a weird. You talk about the fact that Griffiths took 24 off. Here's another player that took 24 off. A kid from Middle Creek, which is in Apex, North Carolina. We're losing Jamarian McCrimmon, offensive tackle. He's going to NC State. Well, there's a Jeremiah McCrimmon out there. No relation. He uses 2 M's instead of 1. But he's at Georgia State right now, 6'4", 320. And he committed to Mississippi State. But before the season started, he transferred to Colorado. So he played for Colorado in 23, didn't get much action, took 24 off. App State offered him, but he took 24 season off. And then last season, he played for Georgia State. His numbers are not spectacular, but he's still, kind of a rough. He might be someone that we might look at for we need some tackles. So it'd be funny to have another McCrimmon, this one Jeremiah instead of Jamarian.
Griffiths will be 25 on September 9th. So Bubba, is he a grad transfer? Does he have 1 more year or 2 more years?
1.
1 is what I was thinking. Okay.
Yeah.
And I like Kyle, your scenario of getting a grad transfer in, and then you have a guy like Ditta that Stevie, as you would say, in the NFL ranks, you hold the clipboard for a year and learn the system. And I thought Ditta he did a good job with the bowl. Better, it was way better than I expected. So
you couldn't ask for any more out of him. And
then somebody's got to leave. Somebody's got to leave then. I mean, if that happens, Cole Hodge or Trey Burke, and I'm guessing Trey Burke might leave anyhow because that was JDB's guy. Like he wasn't even highly recruited.
If what happens, JR? What do you mean?
If you said bring in 2 more quarterbacks and Ditta, if that happens,
you don't have Peter.
I'm just saying, Hodge and Burke are not going to be like the 5th guy. They'll go.
Well, maybe. Well, they're not going to have so much time to be. I could see us bringing in 2 seniors. I could see us bringing in like the kid from Wake / Texas Tech, and then the kid from Skyler from UTEP, for example, and having those 2 guys competing with Ditta for the starting job. Now, I think if you hit a home run on a kid that you believe is going to be the guy, you're not going to bring in but 1 quarterback.
Okay, well, we don't know what we have in Hodge. Burke, I don't know. He's going to be a true freshman. I'm saying one of those 2. People think that if you don't hit the portal in the next 2 weeks, you can't leave. That's not true. You can leave in June if you want. You can leave at any time. You just can't go into the portal. You can't come out. It's a 2-week period for that, but you can still leave. So I'm just saying we're not going to keep both of those quarterbacks, and I think Hodge has got a lot of potential. We'll see. We'll see what happens in spring.
Yeah, but you already had Jeter leave, right? So you would have to.
Yeah, Jeter.
Yeah,
left.
you're down a spot. Yes.
So that's what I was.
We lost 2 quarterbacks. Yes.
Yeah. So you lost 2 quarterbacks. So in this day and age, you don't want to like what we had in 23 with Garcia. Not that we had that same scenario play out, but we all found out that was Mike Houston's downfall, is trusting that Garcia.
Well, look, we've seen Ditta, and if Cole Hodge is as good as advertised, then just go spend all your money on pieces to put around them, and let one of those 2 guys win the starting job.
Oh no, I'm not saying that at all. We need to bring in another quarterback. I just don't. I said if we bring in 2 more, and that would give us 5 total quarterbacks, then somebody's going to end up leaving, which is fine. Survival of the fittest. If you're not good enough, then you got to go somewhere else. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Guys can leave after the portal. Of course, guys can leave anytime, but you can't go anywhere. I don't understand what you're saying.
Okay. I'm remembering the David Glenn conversation, and I don't want to have another one of those because I was not correct on that, and I was convinced that I was. So I'm gonna I'll tell you what, y'all talk. I'll look it up just to make sure I know what I'm talking about. But you can leave and go somewhere after what happened last year. And I know Bear Bachmeier left from California. The Tulane quarterback left from BYU. Both of those happened in June
Well,
after
that
the
was a
portal was
situation
closed.
where he was asked. The BYU quarterback was asked to leave. I mean, he had to leave.
Yeah, I did hear that about Ditta. I'm not changing the subject, guys. That Dave just put a comment up. I heard Ditta had a hamstring injury. He played the whole game with a hamstring injury.
That's incredible if that's the case.
Wow. And he looked.
And that may be why he couldn't. People were talking about he wasn't exactly the most nimble thing in the world on there, but that
No,
may
but
have
you can
played
tell
a.
he had good skill, not skill. What is instincts when he
Yeah,
did try to
instincts.
run? Yep.
Yeah.
So
his dad said he had pulled his hamstring. I think I saw Noah said.
Okay.
Tulane quarterback enrolled in Tulane. Tulane quarterback enrolled in Tulane just like any other student.
Right. Correct. I don't.
Anyway, so we're the main thing is.
But it happened. What about the guy from Cal? What about Bear Bachmeier? That was June. He left Cal and went to BYU as a true freshman.
That was during the spring portal period, though. That was.
No, it was not. No, it was not. He was on Cal's roster in spring.
The spring portal period was going on through June, JR. We were signing guys in June.
You know,
hold on. I'll get back to you.
There's no spring portal period anymore.
Yep.
We signed guys all the way through the middle of June. So we did a post spring portal special in the middle of June.
I don't know what that is. All right, so I want to ask you guys. Let's see. Matt Redmond said, "Clean slate next year for the entire year with a new OC. Difficult to speculate at this point with all the QBs in the portal."
Wasn't he the quarterback at Louisville? Matt Redmond.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Chris Redmond.
Chris Redmond. That's right. Chris Redmond.
Oh my God, that quarterback.
There. I forgot about him.
I remember being in the media seats, which was way up in Section 2 back in the 90s, and he's still throwing touchdowns against us. Man, that was
98. That game was like 56-40 or something like that. It was insanity. We beat Memphis the following week to get bowl eligible.
Bachmeier reported split first team reps at quarterback at spring camp. His brief time at Stanford. Coach Taylor's firing eventually prompted Bachmeier to enter the transfer portal on April 21st.
Can't they do that when a coach is fired or a coach leaves?
There was a spring portal period back then. It went all the way through. All the way through the end of June. We did our post portal special for spring back in the middle to the end of June. That doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
What is the deal with $9.99?
I don't know. That's what I'm. I don't know. Maybe Stevie, you know. But
I have no clue.
Okay, Kyle, they're just saying that you can switch teams after the portal if you get if a coaching change has happened or you get an NCAA waiver.
There you go. See, I didn't think you could. Yeah, see, that's what happened last June. It was spring portal period.
Yeah,
so that's gone.
There's only one portal.
No, there's only one portal period now.
This year, one portal
period.
Hey, Kyle.
Spring one anymore.
Kyle.
Yes.
Don't you communicate with Stephen Igo regularly?
Well,
okay, ask him.
I don't know if he wants that said on the air, JR, but thanks. Go ahead.
Well, okay.
Go ahead with go ahead with your question, JR.
I mean,
there's a guy another guy named Kyle.
I'm saying ask him because that's where I heard that from. I heard it from him that he said when the portal is over, players can still move. That's what he said.
I'll ask him for clarification on that.
Yeah, ask him about that.
I will.
Thank you.
I tell you what, I'm just really excited about. Go ahead.
Is that a donation? $9.99. I mean,
I think so.
What is it? Okay. What is he talking about?
You look up there. Noah Callum put $9.99 up there. and it's hanging around up here on your comments at the top. I think he donated $9.99.
Well,
I don't know if he thinks this is the WWE Network or what, but
Okay. Well,
we
if everybody
Great.
else,
Thanks,
if
Noah.
everybody else would also watching, donate $9.99. My PayPal is Atari_Kyle at hotmail.com. Send me $9.99. Atari_Kyle at hotmail.com on PayPal.
All right, yeah. Well, this show is bumping. I tell you what, we're getting closer and closer to the most viewers in a show, and so we're getting closer and closer. So that will be great. But let's see.
Wish you had more to talk about.
It's called a super chat.
Oh, okay.
You can get some money.
Thanks, Noah.
Thank you, Noah. I did not know that.
You're dealing with somebody that don't have highlight the comments, make some money. I got you.
Appreciate that. All right, sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want to ask you guys: were there any games, any bowl games, or any of the playoff games that you were excited about the last few weeks? I know we're at an hour and 10 minutes, so
Yeah, the military ball was pretty good.
I know. I'm talking outside of our
I don't know
game.
who played in that.
Who played? Yeah.
Besides that, I enjoyed watching some of the Tennessee-Illinois game the other night. That was a fun game to watch, oddly enough, with Hauser's situation. Illinois beat Tennessee. I was pulling for Tennessee. What else have I watched that stuck out to me? Duke.
Oh yeah,
Duke and Arizona State was a good one. God, what else, guys? What's everybody else watched?
I've really enjoyed Indiana beating the immortal crap out of Alabama. Matt Semenza, $9.99. What a bargain!
Yeah, Matt, you're worth more than $9.99, brother.
I enjoyed watching Miami destroy, not destroy, but take down Ohio State.
Yeah,
and I don't normally root for Miami. That's like a rare occasion, but I was all in it for that game.
Guys, what the heck is Michael Irvin on? Is he back on it again? Because God knows. Jeez, nobody gets that excited about their team winning. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Have you ever?
He actually,
you got a belt. You gonna get a belt out, Kyle?
Actually,
yes. If East Carolina, are you kidding me, Stevie? If East Carolina won a college football playoff game, yes, I'd get a belt out and beat my own ass. Yes, yes.
Well, hey, here's the deal: if we win the American, we're in the playoff. So
potentially, there's a good opportunity. That's for sure.
Yeah. And the Georgia Mississippi game was outstandanding as well.
Kenny gave us $2. Thank you. Oh yeah, we're having Are we having?
How do we get this money?
I don't know. We're having. It's on YouTube. It's our YouTube account.
Okay. All right. So I need to. I'll take care of that.
I think so. I believe so. It's
that actually, Dave. I need to get with you on that after the show.
Okay.
We don't have an account tied. Well, I don't need to talk about that on the air. We need to.
I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah. Baba, I'm gonna need you.
John White says the booger sugar Stevie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Michael Irvin.
Yep. Hey, $5 more.
Hey, John, here we go. $5 from John White.
Thank you, John. We appreciate it.
Let's keep going.
For just 50 cents a day, the price of a cup of coffee, you can feed a starving Kyle in LaGrange.
Do I need to start playing that Sarah McLachlan song behind it?
Yeah,
No. I was more thinking Sally Fields.
Sally Fields.
No, Sally Struthers.
No, not Sally Fields. Not Smokey and the Bandit. Sally Struthers.
Oh, that's why I like when this shit y'all make me laugh. This is the most I've
Hey, we're getting NIL money here, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna lead the portal, see if I can make more somewhere else.
I'm gonna go to JJ. I'm gonna lead the portal and try to go to JJ Kiss's podcast.
Show, apparently he's got a show on right now. People are.
It wasn't live.
Apparently
It was earlier. Yeah, he mentioned Bubba on it too, because the guy that was one of his guests on there was on Bubba's podcast that week. In
But,
the arms of the
Alex says so many
angel.
Sally's, so little time.
yeah.
$1.99
Let me
from
tell you
Sarah
something.
Sanders.
Sally Struthers are really good on All in the Family, but the time she was doing those commercials
Oh gosh.
for raising money, she like the starving children in Indonesia or wherever.
Yeah.
I think she was eating up all their food.
Ooh, gosh.
Sally Field, on the other hand, just
Yeah.
thinking about when she played Frog and Smokey and Amanda, she was adorable.
Woo! Smoking.
Yeah, I think the JJ
aka
the JJ Kitchen podcast was recorded and released. I don't think he did it live tonight. So
Well, I don't.
from what I could tell, the comments in the chat were like 3 hours ago.
I mean,
What took him so long to come up with the
He
military
said he was
ball?
traveling. He said he was traveling last week.
You probably don't even remember what happened.
Yeah, he's traveling all right.
Oh, Matt's putting fake ones up there now too, ain't he? Or was that real?
Is that the
Oh,
real?
it was $1.99, Matt. That Balsam Hill tree sales are paying off for you, bud.
Yeah, he sold every one of them. Apparently, was it 23 trees in honor of Keith LeClaire?
It has to be.
Yeah, but he doesn't sell them. He throws away his artificial trees and gets new ones next year.
New Balsam Mill trees every year. Now the Balsam Mill trees.
That's how they do it up there in Connecticut.
They're about $1,000 a piece. That's $23,000 he just spent this year and then just trashed.
Ornaments and all.
That is matching all gifts. Keep giving.
That's right. Yes.
Somebody please give a wad up there so Samantha will have to match it.
Yes.
$50.
Please.
$25.
Yes. Yes. That's right.
Yeah, that was a fake one there. That was a fake one. Of course.
He'll match it. If anybody goes 500, he'll match it.
That's right. Matt matching all gifts.
$1.99.
Fred Stokes.
We appreciate the gifts. I didn't know this was a possibility. We should have.
I didn't either, Kyle.
Wait a month ago.
Either.
Do you have any? Look, we will do things for money. If you have any requests,
OnlyFans. B-Pays is saying this is like OnlyFans.
If you have any, look, I'll get on camera and take my shirt off for the right place.
Oh no!
Just go ahead and do it. You just go ahead.
Just pay him not to do that, guys. Pay him not to do that.
Like OnlyFans.
Yeah, like I said, I will go topless for the right price.
Oh my God. This feels like the end of war.
Every time the angel gets his wings.
Oh my God, this is hilarious. Yeah. Oh well. Oh, Justin Bud says he'll pay $500 to keep your shirt on.
Well, all right, it's on, Bubba.
Hey, it's on right now. We can do it.
Send that money in, Justin. Send that money in.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. I didn't know. I'm just shocked. I didn't know you could. You know how like you can subscribe to like people's
Patreons.
And yeah, but also like Facebook has it. You get like 99 cents a month.
Yeah.
So you can do that.
Somebody said Kyle needs to start a Cameo account so people can get cameos.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, you could do that. We'll do it.
I don't know that there's enough interest in a Cameo account from Kyle from LaGrange, but
well, you can have one of those fifth quarter rants. If they can pay for a fifth quarter rant,
I'll do that for free depending on who the person is.
Somebody donate $25 and I'll get on and talk about my Diddy stories. Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, sports objective gone wild.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, I haven't laughed this hard. Like I said, it's been I've rested most of the time. Let's see. Kyle said he was going to go pants off and we beat.
I did say that. I did. Bubba's absolutely right.
And he's not wearing pants right now. So,
actually, you are 100% correct. I'm sitting here in my boxer shorts.
Yeah, see, there you go.
That's a picture I don't want in my head.
No, he's not lying. He ended up he's not. His pants are optional, and he's not wearing pants tonight. So,
how do you know?
Right, who's giving him the $500 because he's not wearing pants?
Local politics, bud. Let's see. It only took Noah to open up the floodgates of the super chat.
Yeah, way to go, Noah.
There you go, Noah. There you go. Open up the floodgates. I see what you did there.
Wait, Bubba, remember what you said in Annapolis? Justin said, oh.
Yep. I was there. I remember. Justin's funny, by the way. He's a funny guy.
What did he say in Annapolis?
What happened in Annapolis stayed in Annapolis.
I'll let
That really is
Bubba
not-
disclose that.
Yeah,
I had the hey Dave, I had the pleasure of riding with Bubba and Justin from Kent Narrows back across the Bay Bridge into Annapolis to drop him off at his hotel, and he's funny. He had us laughing the whole way.
See, I
Justin,
tell you
that
what,
is.
Johnny's a real. I'm glad you brought that up. Johnny is a real friend. You know why? Because he had to wait 1,000,000 hours to get across that bridge. He doesn't even like. Then he gets his to the Fisherman's Inn. We had the show. After the show, he said, "Bubba, I'll ride with you." He goes across the bridge again, and then back across the bridge to come home. You did like the bridge like 10 times that night. So I'm proud of you.
I give Bubba the credit though, because he was actually driving, and it was his gas that we were burning. So, and he gave us a great tour, intentional or not, I'm not sure, but we went down, the heart of Annapolis several times.
Noah gave us $20. What are you going to do?
Whoa!
All right, thanks,
All
Noah.
right,
I appreciate
Samantha.
it, brother.
Can you do some? Hey, Kyle, do some impressions like with Dusty, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
You want me to do Dusty? I'll me, I could dream the bullet of woods. Let me tell you something right now. The common man. This ain't the best Dusty Rhodes I've ever done because I'm a little fantasy. But I'm here as I sit here tonight in LaGrange, North Carolina. I want to thank the people for giving their hard-earned money to the sports objective. It does not go unnoticed. It does not go unappreciated. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes appreciates it.
All right, thank you.
I could do better. Sorry.
On the fly, that was no pun intended.
That was
On the fly.
On the fly. Hey, you want to get some money on the fly? That's fine too.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, give money to Stevie on the fly. No, I was just talking about that. That was really good, considering I put you on the spot. I didn't mean it in that way, but let's see. JR, we're going to keep that story between us, LOL.
Oh.
Now inquiring minds want to know. All right.
See, it's too late now.
If you give $100, Johnny has to tell the story.
No, I will not. I never disclose myself. No, I wouldn't do it.
I will not.
Justin would never tell me anything again.
No, I'm totally joking. So
I know you are.
I was trying to get a rise out of you, but Kyle, do you have any prices?
Prices?
Like, in other words, for $50, I'll do this. $100.
I'm open to
Everybody's got a
requests.
price, right, Kyle?
Everybody's going to pay. I'm open to request.
Okay, make it $100,000. Man, what? All right, for $100,000, what would Kyle do for $100,000? I probably don't want to know.
Make what $100,000?
In other words, I guess he said and put it up to $100,000 instead of saying $100, make it $100,000 before I tell the story. I guess is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is nuts. But certainly, I think a lot of it is because of the fact that people are excited about a bowl win. They're excited about.
Well, they heard I was going to leave if I didn't get the NIL money I wanted, and so they're donating. they're donating, and I was going to transfer out and join the Boneyard podcast.
I got a text from Stephen Igo, and Igo just said that he had rumors that you were leaving the show, and I didn't know what he was talking about. So now that makes sense.
I was going to the Boneyard podcast, but thanks for the contributors here on the air. I
think it's $53. Bubba said 50.
Yeah, 53.
53. There you go. All right, we want it up to $62.50 before the show's over.
We got $5 for Kyle NIL fund.
I appreciate it, Justin. Send it
on. We need to have these people like Noah. They've actually made the actual contribution. So
to the people who have actually really given, we weren't aware you could even do that. Noah, so thank you for making us aware of that. It shows you how ignorantly bliss we are. Noah, who else has actually donated? Because we genuinely do appreciate it.
Noah, what's the White guy, John White?
The John White guy, former ECU baseball player, John White, yes.
And Matt Simmons.
Matt donated. Who's that crackhead?
B. Pays, Fred Stokes.
Pays. Fred Stokes. Thank you, brother.
All right, let's see if we can get to $100. $100.
I told Matt. I just texted Matt.
Don't be greedy, Dave. Don't be greedy.
I just texted Matt that we're waiting for him to match the 1999. He hadn't done that yet. So.
if we have as many viewers as we have right now, if everybody gave $1, you'll be very surprised, dude. So it's a really good night.
Commercials.
The odds of everybody giving $1 is slim to none. But hey, if you want to, why don't you prove me wrong? Why don't you prove that know-it-all Kyle son of a bitch wrong?
99
Hey,
cents. Everybody
yeah.
give 99 cents.
But no, we do appreciate it. We're not going to start becoming beggars.
No, you remember? Hey, Kyle, do you guys remember? I'm sure y'all do. Oral Roberts. He said the televangelist.
Of course,
I remember Oral.
Expect a miracle.
That
was what he used to say.
He said that he was going to heaven if you didn't give a certain amount of money, and everybody's like, "All right, go ahead and go to heaven." Do you remember that? Like he was like saying,
I thought he was legit. I didn't know he was like that. I thought he was a legit evangelist.
He was one of the ones that he was going to die if and go up that Jesus. God had told him he was going to be called home if a certain amount of money wasn't raised. Yes.
That's unfortunate. Hey, I'm following the portal, and if Iowa State is now sent 15 players to Penn State, so if you liked Iowa State last season, you're going to get to see it again at Penn State.
Yeah.
So hold on, Matt. Justin Butch has put up there free ride into QA, $100. If they're paying $100, how is that a free ride?
Everybody that gives $100, Justin will.
How is that a free ride though? You pay $100 to ride.
No, he's talking about it's an experience.
So it's the experience. Okay, never mind, Matt. I thought you were thinking like a referee again.
Heritage, with Jim Baker, absolutely.
Jim and Tammy Faye Baker.
PTL, praise the Lord.
Tammy Faye Baker, I remember as a kid, people would literally, refer to somebody's makeup. They got Tammy Faye Baker makeup on. That one was like Tammy Faye Baker.
Oh yeah, and she had that. Remember, she had it towards the end of her life. She had it tattooed.
No, didn't know that.
Say that. I think I do remember hearing that.
Yeah, she got a tattoo of the makeup. Kyle, get you some pecan pie. Matt gave $9.99.
There you go, $10. I'll get me some pecan pie. Appreciate that, Matt.
Pecan.
Justin said he's thinking of doing that to raise some NIL funds, and I mean, how many of you like to ride on the equipment truck, and maybe I could put on a helmet or two, and I don't know.
Yeah, I would love to do it.
Yeah, we could do that, JR.
Yeah,
we've got Charlotte. Let's see, we have Old Dominion, Charlotte. There's Memphis, the Army game.
I think Memphis would be a great road trip.
Oh, thank you, A-Win. Dave, the minimum is $1, so 99 cents won't work. Okay, well, there you go. A-Win gave $5.
Appreciate it, A-Win.
Very generous.
Appreciate it. Everybody giving, we really do appreciate it. Very unexpected. Very unexpected.
Kenny says the Pirate Club should start now selling raffle tickets for all expenses to trip to the Alabama game. You sell 3,500 tickets for 20. You can make 70,000 minus the cost exactly, Kenny. I love that idea. And in fact, I'll give credit to Kyle. But you saw the Military Bowl raise $30-some thousand.
They did another 50-50 raffle?
Yes, they raised 30-some thousand, Kyle. I forgot to tell you that when we were talking on the phone.
Which means somebody, so that they raised 30-some, so somebody walked out with 15, or they raised 60 and somebody walked out with 30?
I think it was 15. I think it was 32.
It probably was, because I think somebody walked out last year with like 20-some thousand, so smaller. So yeah, probably 15. That's a heck of a prize to walk out with, and is a easy way to make a lot of money for your whatever charity in one game.
How about that? A Pirate won it. There you go. We beat Pitt all the way around, man. How about that? Yeah, but we were talking about that. Kyle made the point of legally in North Carolina, I'll say it like that, and he brought up the point about it because he and I were talking about. Sorry, Kenny, but I'm a Redskins fan, and I was telling him about how he and I had a conversation before a show about how off the air about how they do a 50-50 raffle at the Redskins games, and he was talking about, I wonder, I'll give Kyle credit. He said, I wonder if they could do that for ECU. And so we were talking about that legalities. If to be fair to the administration, I don't know if you can do that in North Carolina or not, but anyway, let's see. Is that the same? Yeah, that's the same one. I was looking at Noah. I thought Noah had given again, but Noah gave $20, Matt $10, a win. We talked about 5. And Kyle, do you have any more? How about Kyle? Do your impression? Let's see if we can get a $10 donation, at least that for Jeff Comfort.
Jesus Christ.
Fred Stokes.
Hey, Fred Stokes gave 20, bro.
Appreciate it, Fred.
Dang, Fred. Thank you.
I appreciate it very much, Fred. You want to do conference? I haven't done conference so long.
Okay, do Coach O. Coach O.
You put me on the spot. I don't want to disrespect Coach
All right,
O.
all right, well, whoever you want to do.
Wait, you have to do that which needs to be done. League. He always says league instead of league. It's league.
Orgeron.
I thought you. Well, you got to be more specific when you say Coach O. So I was doing my Coach O. How about that which needs to be done. You want me to do Eddie O? Jesus.
Hey, John White can give Kyle some pointers. He does a great Coach O. Not that Kyle doesn't, but he can give him some catchphrases. John, give us some Coach O speak.
Yeah,
Dave
actually meant Coach Ed Ogeron.
Yeah, I know he did, but you were going with our Coach O, and it was sounding pretty good.
Yeah. Over there with my leather jacket on here, I said, no, LSU football. I was going to be the head coach there, but they fired me. Now you got that old punk ass Lane Kiffin down there. I'd whip his ass. We got in a fight. That's what people want to see. Wouldn't you like to see Ed Ogeron with Lane Kiffin in a fight? Wouldn't you like to see me take that little punch on that geek and put his head right through a brick wall? I tell you what. But would y'all pay to watch Coach O fight Lane Kiffin?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
That would be a great paper. Hey, they could have that on Netflix. I would definitely watch it. Pirate Club did that with a boat and motorcycle before. Yeah, they gave away. I remember that years ago. They did a raffle.
But Kenny, what he was talking about specifically is a 50-50 raffle, where well, not that you don't know what a 50-50 raffle is, but where you buy the ticket and half the money, goes to the winner and the other half goes to the school. And I don't think 50-50 raffles are allowed on college campuses and sporting events like that for whatever reason by the North Carolina State General Assembly.
Let's change it.
We're changing a lot of other gambling laws, so you might as well change that one too.
Yeah, that would help us. And they need to change the antiquated thing about how they can't in North Carolina give money to the athletic departments, but some athletic departments they do. So we need to have that where the General Assembly can give money to East Carolina or one of the state schools. I think that's so antiquated. Let's make it fair. And I know the Democrats that's something Democrats and Republicans, not getting political, but that's something that they are agreeing on. And so maybe they can get that done. They can't get a state budget done, but maybe they can get, maybe they can do that. So we shall see. And Kenny says, good point. High schools do it.
Yeah, I don't know, Kenny. We were told that it was against state law somehow. Oh, Bubba with the Coach O said, and so doing. It's just hard to get the Coach O accent to stand out with saying, doing.
Steve, he's from Ahoskie, so can you help us out?
Who's from Ahoskie?
Coach
O.
But he's got more of that. Hyde County, Elizabethton style.
Yeah, the true Down East accent.
Yeah. Down East accent, yes, exactly.
Yeah, Stevie.
Can you say Murfreesboro?
He probably can't. It would probably be Murfreesboro.
Wow. Hey, do we have any more here on our radio or our stream-a-thon here on the Sports Objective?
I think we've bled our audience for all we're going to bleed them out of. Tune in next week. We'll hopefully have more people give us money for no reason. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, Captain Ben said if the money's going to NIL, then we can kill two birds with one stone.
This money?
I think that's what I'm.
No, we weren't saying that. Nobody promised that. Let's go.
No, this is for the end. I think they got confused. Kyle was leaving the show if you joined us late, and we're trying to raise money to keep Kyle so he doesn't go on to another podcast. And so all of a sudden, people did not want Kyle to leave, and even Matt Semenza gave money, and Fred Stokes and A-Win, and a whole bunch of people have given. So
honestly, I don't know what started it except for Noah. But
Noah,
we really do appreciate the gifts, guys. in all seriousness, that was very kind of everyone.
No doubt. So I do have. We normally do predictions, and what do you guys like in the Final Four, so to speak, with the semifinal games of the CFP? Who you got in that, and maybe we can talk about a winner for the whole thing. But what do you like for? I know Oregon is taking on Indiana, a rematch.
Yeah.
When
I
the
think
other bracket
Indiana
is
does
Ole
it
Miss,
again.
Miami. Yeah, I'm gonna go Indiana.
Miami.
I'm gonna go Indiana, Ole Miss. I think for national championship.
Yeah.
Ooh, you gonna make Lane Kiffin some more money?
Or how am I making him more money?
He's getting paid. He's still
Yeah,
getting.
he's
He got
getting
paid.
I did not realize that.
Yeah, he got
Well,
paid the other night.
Yeah, Kyle, the AD at LSU, that was his first hire. He was so determined to land Lane Kiffin. He gave him like stuff he didn't need to give, and that was one of them. I'll match the bonus you would have got if you were still at Mississippi. Well, Lane would have went if he didn't do that, but that's a nice little bonus for Lane. But I hate to see him get it, but I think Mississippi's going to win too, Kyle. I do. And Miami's an awesome team, very athletic. Love to watch them. But I think Mississippi's just
Miami beats
going to do it.
But if Miami beats Mississippi, then the pitiful SEC won't have a team in the finals, right?
Yeah, true.
So,
you know what? I'm pulling for Indiana over Oregon because I thought Dan Lanning showed like no class by putting another touchdown on the board when he didn't have to. He could have taken a knee, but he scored another touchdown to run it up, and I just thought that was like it was unnecessary.
Okay.
So I hope he's on the other end this week against Indiana, and Cignetti would do it.
Oh
Cignetti
yeah,
would do it.
Cincinnati's like a mob boss. He is like he's awesome. Miami, like Pace says, Miami is on a roll. So you like Miami and Indiana? That's what Kenny's. That's what I think. I think it's going to be Miami and Indiana.
It's hard. It's going to be hard for Indiana to beat Oregon twice, though.
I thought about that too. Well, one thing is they don't have to play at Oregon.
Yeah,
this time it's a neutral site. But you're right, Kyle. With two teams, when you play a team twice, it's harder to beat. Just ask the Eagles, right, Stevie?
Okay, give y'all a little update.
Oh, well, I wasn't trying to. I don't know.
Halftime 10-3 Ravens. Now, give y'all this situation. First and goal from the 1 yard line with 2 seconds left. You have no timeouts. Are you going to kick a field goal? You're down 10-3. You going to kick a field goal or you going for it?
I kick the field goal for the points because it's
I do too.
Because you're going for that. That's whether you win. Go to the
have
playoffs.
some momentum.
We're all better coaches than Mike Tomlin because he went for it and didn't get it. So it's 10-3.
Well, that's not
Does
surprising.
their kicker suck?
No, the kicker is great.
Okay, then
No, he's
gotta
good.
be-
He's very good.
Even
Very,
if
very
he
good.
wasn't, you're gonna, from the 1 yard line, that's all.
Oh, from the one?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. Ooh.
With 2 seconds left, you don't have any timeouts.
Take the point.
I might, dude. It would have. I didn't hear you say from the one.
Hey, Stevie, what is the score?
10-3 Ravens at the half.
Okay, so maybe, that's not a terrible call then because points are obviously hard to come by, and he's on the 1 yard line. A field goal, you're still 4 points behind.
I got to put points on the board. I
think
they get the ball first.
I can't crush them though for that decision. I can't because
at the one. I mean, man.
You would think you could push.
I can live with either. I can live with either decision.
Who gets the ball first in the third quarter?
I'm not sure. I think Pittsburgh does. So that was why I would say, go ahead, kick the field goal.
Put that back on the screen.
Yeah.
Forbush is saying Jakeith Hamilton transfer from Herman as committed to East Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier in the show. That was my prediction, but.
Okay, so Brandon, where are you getting that from? That is confirmed. Is that from IGO or somebody else on Twitter? So just curious.
It's not
where
on
you're seeing
24/7 yet.
Just curious where Brandon's seeing that at.
Matt has a great point. What Signetti has done at Indiana is the greatest coaching job in the history of college football.
Ever.
Yeah.
No doubt, Matt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I mean,
it's impressive.
No, it's not. It's not impressive. Feinbaum said, not impressive.
Oh yeah, whatever
That's
Feinbaum
true.
says is golden.
Hey, Las Vegas says that Indiana's a 4-point favorite and Miami is a 3.5-point favorite. So there you go.
Interesting.
Has a team ever played on home field for a national championship? Maybe Miami in the 90s.
That's a good question.
Didn't Miami used to play like in the 80s?
They played the Orange Bowl. Yeah,
but the Orange Bowl, the national championship was in the Orange Bowl quite a few times, but I don't think Miami was ever in there.
I don't remember.
I'm almost positive, Johnny, you might want to look this up. Look up 84 Miami versus Nebraska.
BYU won the national championship in 84.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
They beat Michigan.
84, 83. Miami beat Nebraska. Nebraska went for 2 points and didn't get it. It was 31-30, I believe.
Yeah, they went for 2.
Yeah,
they went for 2. And didn't
that wouldn't have been 84, though, if it was the national championship. BYU won the national championship in 84.
Yeah, Jim
Hey, was that Brandon, Dave, that said that we signed him? We signed him.
It was Brandon.
To Keith. But
it was 83.
Didn't
83,
I go say that we can't sign anybody officially till tomorrow?
They can officially verbal, but they can't sign on the paper officially until tomorrow.
Okay.
But they can make their attentions known officially.
The national championship is Hard Rock Stadium, as Pays is talking about. Miami could do that this year. I hadn't thought about that. Good point, Pays.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Can you imagine what Michael Irvin would do then?
Oh my god! Well, I like the fact that he loves his alma mater that much. I will give him. I give him.
Oh, respect. I like it, but woo,
because they haven't had anything. Let's see, what was it? 2001, the last time they won a national championship for Miami.
I don't even know.
Early 2000s.
Yeah, they got screwed out of one against Ohio State. No, they also Ohio State lost to them. I mean, beat them in a bad call, terrible call.
Yeah, Craig, especially Johnny and Dave too. We know more useless information than probably anybody around.
Dave, are we just going to ignore Craig's bad joke?
He said, "I don't even know who won the nat."
No, not that one. The other bad joke that he put up there.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Sorry, Craig.
Yeah, sorry.
You don't see it?
No, mine.
Pirates.
No,
mine. Wash up on shore later.
You missed it. Okay, it's probably for the better. Yeah. Okay. He put a pirate joke up there.
Panthers Rams Saturday at 4:30. Oh, good point, Kevin. If Miami gets to the national championship, does The Rock show up?
Yeah, actually, what he's going to do, he's going to show up. He's going to slap their quarterback in the face and turn heel and call himself the final head coach and demand that he be acknowledged as the national champion.
He's gonna come out there and take his coat off. He's gonna be wearing a Florida State jersey,
and he'll bring Travis Scott with him for no apparent reason.
Kenny says, when look at Signetti, I think of a young Dan Aykroyd for some reason.
Oh my gosh!
Know who I think of when I look at Signetti? You know who he looks like to me? No, he kind of looks like a more rugged, and that's going to sound kind of foo-foo when I say that, but he kind of looks like a more rugged version of John Gilbert.
Oh,
Signetti?
Yes.
Okay, I'll have to look. I'll have to.
Yes.
Stevie will have to research that one. Brandon said he saw it on 24/7 Sports.
Okay.
It could be
that's
inside
good
of
news, though.
It could be in a thread instead of Igo might not have created yes, it could be in a VIP thread or something versus Igo creating a specific post about it. So who knows?
All right, last call for donations.
Last call for donations.
The super chat. Kyle is still. He texted me. Kyle told me he's still not. He might be going to the Boneyard podcast. So If you have any more,
Oh,
if you want
God.
to save Kyle from the, he's entering the transfer portal.
Well, you know what? You know what tomorrow is, and I know we're talking about
Monday.
EQ stuff. It's actually Black Monday for the NFL. All the
Oh
coaches
yeah,
get
all the
fired.
coaches.
One's already been fired, by the way. Raheem Morris just got fired from Atlanta.
Oh, how about this?
What about Todd Bowles? He's got to be on the hot seat.
Rugged and John Gilbert are two words I never thought I would hear in the same sentence.
That's a good one.
Kendall Paramore
Craig's a
says,
comedian.
"When is
March, I believe, but
this year?"
yeah, I believe so. But so yeah, I think he'll probably get a one final extension.
Oh,
But
Matt gave us $1.99.
there you go, Matt. We appreciate it.
Oh man, that's
Pre-sales must have been really good this year.
Yeah, isn't Matt essentially just giving to himself if we're going to split the money once we take it out of YouTube?
I don't know. He's trying to get that. He's making sure that you don't leave. He's being a good teammate.
Well, Matt's going to take more than $1.99.
He said that's for Kyle's NIL.
I want at least $50 or a Wawa gift card.
Wawa, huh? You're a big fan of Wawa?
No, Jessica is, and she's taking all our money and spending it at Wawa, so I can just give her the gift card.
Oh, I thought you were going
Brandon
to
said at Furman he had 40 catches for
guys.
545 yards and 5 touchdowns in 2024, averaging 13.6 yards per catch, and he has 2 years of eligibility remaining.
Yeah.
I'm happy to have him if he's coming.
Sounds like a good. I don't. I'm gonna need to. Brandon, did you see that in a thread that he had officially signed, and was it from IGO?
I don't know. And by the way, John White, 1987, Miami won the national championship after playing an Orange Bowl after finishing off an undefeated. That's right, because that was. Thank you, John. That's when Jimmy Johnson went to the Cowboys, right after that national championship.
Hayes, I think what may be happening with this tight end situation, I think some of these. I think we're gonna have to, if it's a blocking tight end, this offense utilizes it. But I think some of these guys that are tight ends, that are pass catching tight ends, may be used as inside receivers in this new offense.
Okay.
So they don't throw lots of true tight ends in this offense. At least they didn't in North Texas. But I could see some guys being moved from tight end to inside receiver.
How about, does anybody have any last calls on players before we get out of here?
Say again?
I was asking the audience if they had any more players they want to talk about, or their people that they're watching closely. B-Pay says Appalachian State tight end.
Okay.
In portal.
It's in the portal.
Let me throw this out there. At North Texas, under Jordan, he had his tight ends accounted for 5.9% of receiving yards. 5.9. At East Carolina under JDB, it was 20.9.
Yeah.
So I mean, they just didn't throw to the tight ends hardly at all.
That's
so
what I'm
maybe
saying. We're either going after pass blocking tight ends because we really need that, or some of these tight ends we're looking at are maybe going to be brought in and moved to slot receivers, inside receiver.
Yeah.
Because we are looking at an abnormal, weird, high amount of tight ends.
Connor and Riles, I would say at least 40% of their snaps, 40% of the routes that they ran were from the slot position. So,
yeah. There you go.
All right. So we'll have in fact, I know everybody's dying to know about the quarterback situation with the portal. And I would imagine, guys, in the next week or so, we obviously have to know about the 16th, right? I would think we would know something this week, maybe, for quarterbacks that will commit to East Carolina, at least one. That's my
quarterback. We'll see. We'll definitely have one by the end of next week. So right. We'll see. Quarterback's a much coveted position. Some of these positions, there's going to be a pecking order unless there's somebody just lower down the list that you want. So we'll see what happens. If it's the Wake Forest / Texas Tech kid that we know is visiting, and he's the only quarterback we sign, I would be a little disappointed in that. But We'll see what happens.
Ashton Lavelle, number 23. He put on. I got a text.
Yeah, from FIU.
Yeah, after a great visit,
We offered him.
We offered him. It looks like he's a D-back.
Yeah,
cornerback, but
yeah,
his stats are less than impressive. But I'm going to just have faith that stats don't tell the whole story. But his stats are very unremarkable, to say the least.
Kenny said he'd like to get a nice edge rusher. Absolutely, Kenny. I agree with you 1,000%. Like Johnny said, we're going to have a great linebacking core. I feel a lot better.
Taronde Spencer he might be our answer at edge. I don't know. He'll be a freshman, but we'll see what he can do.
And then our secondary is going to be, I think, I know, guys, we talked about it last week, but O-line and D-line is something we've got to work really hard on to spend a lot of money on those. If we do that, then that's the area that we definitely need for that. Let's see. Is Hinkle, or Crinkleberry, or Aaron Blackley available? Aaron Blackley available? Hingle McCringleberry? That's got to be a joke.
Yeah, it has to be.
Oh yeah.
He's doing the thing. Are you?
Yeah, they're talking about McCrimmon.
Don't want to start a war with me, Ron.
I think he's doing Keenan and Bill.
Yeah. You don't want to start a war with me, Ron.
Go get Barker. Absolutely. I mean, he's a great player. He has one more year, right, Barker?
Sounds right. Yeah.
I think he was a junior this year, off the top of my head. Johnny, maybe you or Stevie would know, but I believe that's right. I think Kyle is. Keep posted to the X this evening.
I'm looking at quarterbacks, though. Quarterbacks that have committed.
Yeah.
Only 2 have gone to non-Power 4 schools. I know you hate that, Kyle, but only 2. Jackson Arnold left Auburn. He went to UNLV, and a quarterback from Oklahoma State left to go to Colorado State. He wasn't a starter, though. Obviously, he was the second string guy. So those are the only 2 teams that are in the. Go ahead.
No, they can't all go to Power 4 schools if they want to play, and you're only going to play one quarterback.
I know there's plenty. That's why there's plenty available. App's quarterback went to Mississippi State, and James Madison's quarterback went to UCF.
App's quarterback went to Mississippi State to do what?
He's going there to play. AJ Swan is now a Bulldog.
If they're relying on that kid to be their starting quarterback, that must be a depth piece. If that's the case, Mississippi State.
AJ doesn't think that, Kyle.
Well,
AJ thinks he's going to be the man in Starkville.
Okay. Well,
probably not. You're right.
They're giving money to backups. Pay, you said.
Yeah, and it's getting to the point now where you can't even. Are you even going to be allowed to field a team if you're not in the Power? Don't get me started.
Yeah, probably not.
Well, that's the thing. Power this, power that, and again, that's why I'm glad that Alabama got whipped, thanks to Mr. Nick Saban, who doesn't realize there's 136 teams.
Yeah, but he's not there anymore, Dave. I wanted Alabama to actually win because I want them to be as highly thought of as possible when we roll into Tuscaloosa. So
actually,
it didn't work out too well, though.
The best thing to get some of this stuff cooled off, because see what's happening, and the reason you don't have Alabama and LSU and Ohio State and Michigan and Notre Dame, if you will, all in the playoffs this year, and it's not your usual cast of characters, is because now everybody in the Power 4 level has money, and they have money to spend, and they're all spending money because they all have to. The Big Ten, the SEC all demand you spend that limit of $20 million for rev share. So everybody's spending money. So now everybody's got money to spend if you're at the Power 4 level. So there's more parity in college football now at the Power 4 level than ever before. So I actually think what's going to end up happening is you're going to have the Alabamas, the Blue Bloods, the Texases, the Alabamas, are going to be the ones that are going to start crying for rules change that are actually going to end up helping the group of five, because they're going to get sick of their fellow conference mates now being able to compete with them.
Yep, I agree. I just read an article about that, Kyle, and they said in the SEC that look out for Kentucky and Vanderbilt. They'll be right up there with Alabama and the other way. They said that Georgia's got a special situation going on, and they're always going to be up there. But as far as Alabama goes, and the rest of the Florida, the rest of them, Tennessee, they don't have what they used to have as far as a stranglehold on talent and depth. And depth, that's the key thing.
Exactly, and that's why I think it benefits us more and more, because those teams are not going to put up with not being.
No.
So, and those rule changes will unintentionally help us when they get changed again.
No doubt. And I know, Kyle, we were talking about, I don't think we've talked about on air about the transfer portal as far as the signing period of, not signing period, but the transfer portal, move it back to May.
Oh yeah, well, I mean that's nothing that's official, but just some speculation. Well, I didn't invent it, but it is. I will propagate it. If you're gonna have one date for the transfer portal, move it to the end of the academic school year, so the beginning of May. Do away with spring ball. Start camp the first week of July. Have camp from July 1st until your first game Labor Day weekend, and go to an NFL model. And that way you take all this transfer portal crap away from bowl and playoff time. Kids and coaches can concentrate on winning football games, and then they don't have to think about whether they're going to enter the portal until they're done with their academic year, towards the end of their academic year. You don't do any spring ball. So at the end of the academic year, if you want to hit the portal, you hit the portal. You get whoever you need out of the portal, then you start your practice July 1st. And that would make things a lot more enjoyable this time of year for the postseason. And it would make things a lot less stressful on these coaches who have to rush to put staffs together to get them in place for screw signing day. It doesn't even matter for the portal period. I mean, the job Blake Harrell did replacing Rodney Freeman and Matt Maddox this week was incredible.
No doubt. And in fact, he should get a lot of credit for that. I saw an article, guys, and I just realized today, I haven't talked to you guys about it, but there was an article about Blake Harrell. In other words, he's not a secret right now, as after he won the second.
Yeah, that came out last week, towards the beginning of the week, about that. Yeah, that he potentially would be somebody that would be followed a lot last year. Followed a lot next year by schools that have coaches on the hot seat, which is another reason. Look, make no mistake about it. Blake's stock rising is why he was able to fill those positions as easy as he was by good coaches. You're leaving. You got guys leaving. An offensive coordinator leaving North Texas who could have won a lot of places. You got the O-line coach leaving ODU who just had a 10-win season. That our running backs coach coming over from Cal, he had a lot of chances to go a lot of places. So, if Blake's stock wasn't rising, he wouldn't be able to put together the staff he put together in that short amount of time. And then you're also bringing over the defense coordinator from Memphis. Don't want to leave him out.
Hankin, yeah.
Hankin.
Matt has a great point. And force the transfer rule to sit out 1 year.
Yes.
So much of this craziness. Amen. That's why
I think you do those two things together, Matt. If you move the portal period to May and do away with spring practice, start camp in July, and bring back the 1 year sitting out, we could go back to enjoying college football again.
And Kevin says, "Amen, Matt." No doubt.
Yeah.
There's a reason why we have the transfer rule the way we had for many, many years, is because it creates chaos. And we just need to have, I tell you another thing, guys, and I know that it's easy to beat up on the NCAA, but who in the blank is running the NCAA if you can't even, they need to get their act together.
No, but they've been sued so much, and that was the reason for all this. And that's another reason why I can tell you now, unless there's a division split, the Sabans of the world can beat their chest about not having a group of five in the playoff anymore. They're not going to explicitly exclude. They may make it where only one can get in, but they're not going to completely exclude the group of five from the playoff because they've been sued enough and lost. And maybe if they actually did that, this time around, after all the NCAA lawsuits have been lost, that some of these Group of 5 presidents and ADs would have the balls to file a lawsuit. So I don't think they'll ever explicitly exclude us from us unless there's a genuine split.
Yeah, and they don't want a genuine split because they have the split. They don't realize that.
I think they do eventually. But
Well,
they don't, not yet.
Well, if they do, they're going to lose eyeballs. So they can, it's funny when Nick Saban gets on there, he doesn't realize that obviously.
I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be the split like David Glenn thinks. I think it's going to end up being the Big Ten, the SEC, and about half the Big 12 and about half the ACC. About a 50 team, maybe a 60 team at most split, and then the rest of us will play college football, and that'll include a lot of ACC and Big 12 schools.
So in other words, we might be in the ACC then.
Whatever you want to call it, but I do think that's coming down the line. Yeah, I don't. Not everybody's going to go. Your Wake Forests, your Boston Colleges.
Wait a minute. Wake is a Power 4 school, man. Come on.
They are right now. We'll see how long it lasts.
I mean, they
haven't done what Vanderbilt's done.
No, and they got rid of our game here at Dowdy-Ficklin because they're bigger than us. Remember? So I've never really. It's kind of funny because I've never really thought of Wake like, doing something like that. That they need us. They do need us, and so losing that game, I'm still not happy about that situation. But that's a whole nother. I would rather just kick them off the schedule and get somebody else. That money, I know people talk about money, but I'm not happy with basically like Kyle's been talking about for years. Now the Wake Forests of the world won't come play you. So I know that Gilbert wants to have 1.3 million or whatever that is. It's going to NIL. But I think that's it. Kyle talked about that before, but I think a lot of the other schools won't come and play us, but I will say this, there is 136 teams. So, and we've got some openings, guys, we can talk about it another time because we're at the 2-hour mark, but
well, Dave, what if we go there and beat them? Then, that will be very rewarding.
I'll promise you I'll be there, and I want that place rocking with Pirate fans. We've got so many people across the state that are folks in the Triangle, Charlotte, Atlanta.
I agree. That's why I'm glad we didn't cancel it. It wouldn't have really
the problem with that. The problem with that is, and I want to go there and beat them too, very bad. The problem with that is now if you're UNC and you're NC State, and chances North Carolina wasn't going to play us anyway, but there's no chance now. Because now they're going to look and go, well, hell, Wake Forest did basically a bye game with them. Why shouldn't we? So going forward, that's what you can look forward to for Chapel Hill and NC State, unless we get legislation involved.
Yeah, Bubba, 136 teams. Why is it? That is more than 38 entire teams. I don't know what he's. Oh, let's see. I guess NFL model, 2 big conferences winners play in the championship. So like a Super Bowl, I guess is what he's saying.
It would be similar to that, but more schools than that, or more teams than that, however you want to say it. Yeah.
Anyway, that for me personally, if they're going to do that, I won't watch the games. And I know I'm not the only one. So
no, if they do it, I'll watch our level and won't watch that, and that'll be fine with me.
Yeah. So they need to think real careful about ESPN, because I have no reason to watch it if my team is not going to ever have a chance. We have more of a chance now than we've ever had. But anyway, do you guys have anything before we get out of here? I know it's 10:15.
No, just follow social media. We're not updating every portal visit. That would get insane. But when we get genuine commits, we will have it on our social media. For more updated information than that, go visit our buddy Steve and I go over at Hoist the Colors, ECU's 24/7 site, and we'll once we get official announcements on players, we'll have it on Facebook and X, and as we have done with the coaching hires. So just stay tuned to social media.
No doubt about
it. Score update. They're kicking extra point now. 10-10 tied.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
Are we in the third quarter? Obviously now, Stevie.
Yeah, we're in the third quarter.
All right. Well, I want to thank
See, now we'd be ahead by 3 if we'd kicked the field goal.
There you go. That's
Or the coach showed his team the faith he had in them on offense, and because he believed in them to go for it on fourth down right before halftime, even though they didn't get it, that sent the message he wanted to send for the second half that we're going out there to win this MFing game. And I believe in you that you put it in the end zone. I believe in you. Now you go do it this time.
No, I'm just saying it would have been 13-10. That's
well,
what
he didn't. The players might not have believed that they could have got there and do it if he just kicked the field goal.
They drove right down the field on
well,
them.
That is because the faith he has stored in them, he put into them.
I'm talking about on the one before that.
That was just luck. That was just luck.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so you have, and by the way, Johnny Stats, help me out, Stevie. So I don't want to speak out of turn, but I believe I'm right on this. Mike Tomlin, I'm arguing with a coach that has, is it 19 straight winning seasons? He's never had a losing season. Is that right, Stevie? It's something like
that. That is a sore subject with me. That was fine and dandy. But when we don't need to have a freaking ticker tape parade for him winning one game over 500 every year and not winning a game in the playoffs. I mean, it gets old after a while. Yeah, it's great. It's great that we haven't had a losing season, but let's win a playoff game too.
Playoffs.
You're talking to a guy that we went 5-12 this year. So I'll trade you, Stevie. I'll trade you. I know what you're saying though, that at the level,
after a while it gets to like I'd rather be 5-12 because we can get a better draft pick and 19 seasons and I lose it. That's great. I love it, Kevin. But after a while, you want to exactly, Kenny. Kenny says, all right, it's about winning championship. The Steeler standard is not just getting to the playoffs; it's winning in the playoffs.
Right. Stevie, how many years have they gone without winning a playoff game?
I think the last time, JR, was 2015 or 16.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow. I didn't. Okay. Now that makes, all right. Now I understand, Stevie. I feel your pain.
So it's and there's a lot of those games that we were favored to win in the playoffs and we didn't win.
Why did Clinton say I feel your pain? What was that from?
Like he was
Who?
Bill Clinton.
Dave just did Bill Clinton. I feel your pain, and I was wondering why. I couldn't remember why he said that.
He said that because he understood of people about what they were going through as far as like
having a crazy wife.
I feel your pain.
Is that what he was talking? Is that what he was answering?
I feel your pain.
I'm not trying to go there with politics.
There you go, Kyle.
I feel your pain.
There you go, Kyle.
I did not have sex with that. Well.
Mr. Lewinsky.
He says he doesn't want to talk about that as a Cowboys fan.
Oh gosh, Kenny, I feel for you there, dude. Because the last time y'all won a playoff game, when VHS tape.
I just found out another word. Tonight I realized another word that Stevie. I love the way Stevie says. I love the way he says Murfreesboro. But I got another one. He said it repeatedly, and I can't believe I hadn't noticed it before now. Does anybody know what it is?
No.
Y'all had picked up on it?
Screw you, Kyle. Is that
no. It's I don't want to. JR, can you figure it out?
I cannot.
When he says like the Steelers have won or the Pirates has won, he says Juan, like the name Juan, like he's talking about a Hispanic fellow.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Say it again, Stevie.
One.
We won the game. We won the game. That ain't how you say it, Stevie.
Nope.
You said the Steelers.
How
the
now,
Steelers
Brown
won.
Cow?
The Steelers won.
What did you just say?
I'm doing what you do. The Steelers won.
Why do you say it?
One.
You
say one.
W
like an Hispanic fellow or a magic wand.
Wand.
Well, close enough.
Wow.
Stevie, have the Steelers ever had a player named Juan? I don't remember any. I don't think so.
Not that I remember, but
if it's before my time, maybe. But I don't. And I've been following.
Not that I can remember, unless he was a really
since the
a
70s.
really special team player.
Stevie will not say one now.
They defeated them.
That's great, Stevie. It's great. Your accent's tremendous, dude.
Love
Hey,
it.
to me, it's actually very comforting because I grew up in northeastern North Carolina, hearing so many people that sounded similar to you, and I don't hear it anymore. So regional accents are going away left and right, unfortunately.
Ooh, that could have been bad.
He doesn't care about any of this.
Oh, I was watching.
He doesn't care about any of this.
We just
Yeah,
took a shot at Lamar.
All right. So we're going to have our show obviously next Sunday. We'll see about Wednesday. We've got anything.
If news breaks, we'll fix it.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right, guys. Do you have any final thoughts before we get out of here?
I hope Kyle hasn't won the game. Okay.
I appreciate that, Stevie.
I'm hoping we made enough money tonight for him to stay. When are you going to make your? You've got until the 16th. Actually, the 18th is our show.
Ooh.
The 18th is our show to decide whether you're going to be on another podcast or be with us.
If the NIL money keeps coming in every episode between now and then, I should be able to stay.
All right. Well, we've got 2 weeks, so we have a. Before we get out of here, we're going to have a special show on the 18th with the transfer portal. We'll be breaking all that down, and obviously we are rumors like you guys. We hear stuff, and we'll be talking about that. But we'll have more of an idea by that point. Turnover of the Ravens.
Ravens just turned the ball. It was tipped in the air, and T.J. Watt caught it. It was so lucky, but we're already in field goal range. So
there you go. All right. Well,
Steelers getting it done.
I want to thank.
Maybe
still
still
football.
third quarter, guys.
Yeah, I want to thank everyone for giving tonight. We learned something I didn't know. Thank you, Noah. Noah started the show.
I want to thank all you brothers and sisters out there in
Who is this,
podcast
Slick?
listening land for giving until it hurts. Let me tell you something. The Lord says, give with a giving spirit. And we do appreciate you giving to us tonight on the Sports Objective. And we hope we have moved it in your soul to donate again and again and again. And remember, God loves you, and so does Dave. Amen.
Amen. We'll get out of here, and you guys enjoy your week. We'll see you back soon here on the Sports Objective. Good night, everybody, and go Pirates.
You're watching the Sports Objective, the podcast for Pirates.